Hi, this is Randy, and in this video we want to move forward with installing pfSense. We've built the virtual and we're getting ready now to install it. So let's go over here and look at the screen here. I've got over here, excuse me, I'm bouncing around here. We've got virtual machines. I've got my pf1 highlighted, and if I scroll down I can see my basic build here with what I selected. Now, one of the challenges that I mentioned earlier is when you do your basic build, it doesn't assign the MAC addresses until you power it on. So let's go ahead and power it on. I'm going to double click on it and get a console screen here as it comes up. So there we go. Okay, so it's taken off here. Just let it get to a stopping place and then we'll go check in and see if we can pick up our MAC addresses. I'll point out too, there is a couple places where it slows down and there's some waiting, and I'll edit those out of the video just so you don't have to wait with me. Okay, we've come to our initial screen here, and get my mouse out of the virtual. I want to come now and look at my network cards. In fact, let me see if I can move this up out of the way a little bit and come down here and look at the network cards. So if my internet NIC, I now have a MAC address assigned, and I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Thought I could copy. Let me just try. I think I can copy. Let's do a Control C on it. So again, Internet, Control C, and I'm coming over here to my build document, and I'm going to paste it in. Really, all we need is we just need to know the last couple of digits, because that's how we can identify it from the other one. And that's really what we need to do, is we just need to be able to identify which NIC is which. So I'm going to Control C that and go paste that into my build document also. Alright, so now I've got that. I'm going to save that. So now, knowing that, when I get to where I need to make decisions about what network card is connected to what, I'll be able to identify them by their MAC address. So now back to our installation. Here we are looking at the screen. My recording setup here makes this look a little bit fuzzier and whatnot than it should. On a normal monitor, it displays just fine. So it just tells us here that pfSense is trademarked and whatnot. It is open source and it is free. They do offer support for what I consider a very reasonable fee. As we work our way through the menus here, it's going to be pretty much default until we get to where we configure the network cards. So we're going to install pfSense, good with that. Default key mapping, we're US keyboard, good with that. From the hard drive space that we allocate, are we going to let it automatically divide that up? Yep, good with that. And off it goes. It's pretty nice. I really like pfSense. We work with pfSense here in the department and also with MikroTik. And pfSense is easier to work with. It's more intuitive and it's a lot of fun. MikroTik is also a great operating system for firewalls. It can do a lot as well, but it's a little harder to learn and to understand. Okay, the installation is now finished. Before exiting the installer, would you like to open a shell? And then no, we're good. No shell. Okay, so we say no, and now it's going to reboot. Okay. The screens that you're seeing here, this is BSD or FreeBSD, and this is really what it looks like. So again, it's just going to go through it. When it gets to where it's trying to get a DHCP address for the network cards is where we get a big delay. A couple of choices that we'll need to make besides assigning the IP addresses is we'll need to decide whether we want to use HTTP or HTTPS for coming in through a web browser to configure it. As I mentioned, I'll just let this run and then I'll subtract out the long delays in the video. Okay, it wasn't too long of a delay. I was watching my counter here on my recording and it looked like it was about a minute minute or so. So here's what we've got. From this screen here, I hope you can see it well enough. It's identified that we have a network card EM0 and EM1. It's pre-assigned EM0 as the WAN interface and EM1 as the LAN interface. Okay, they're both currently set for, well, the WAN interface is currently set for DHCP and the LAN interface has a static address. This video, I'm not quite sure how much shorter I'll be able to subtract it out. I'm pushing 6 minutes here, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and then we'll come back, and I won't feel so time pressured. I like to keep the videos less than 7 minutes, and I won't feel so time pressured. But what we'll do in the next videos, we'll come back here and we'll go through the steps of, if you look at option number 2, set interface IPs. Option number 1 is assign the interfaces, and we'll work with that. So let me go ahead and wrap up this video, and I'll catch you on the next video.